Welcome back. The woman you're about to hear from could have gone blind if she did not get a miraculous treatment to save her vision. But a year later, she could not believe her eyes when she got a bill for nearly $400,000.
I think a lot of people just give up. And that's why they lose their homes. And that's why they lose everything, because they're saddled with bills that they cannot pay.
It's a good thing she didn't give up. She reached out to our consumer investigator, Susan O'Corey, who got results.
I close everything.
Every day, Sharon Lawrence follows a morning routine.
Look at the difference of light.
That's anything but routine.
It's like being in a tomb.
Even a dim view is better than what she's up against.
It becomes very precarious. You could go blind.
She thought insurance covered the treatment to save her vision.
The request has been approved.
What she didn't see coming was being left with a bill for more than $373,000.
What was going through your mind?
That's more than the mortgage on my home. Where would that money come from?
About a year ago, Lawrence was on vacation in Cabo when the first signs appeared.
I had very severe double vision to the point where I was dizzy and I could hardly walk.
Doctors diagnosed her with thyroid eye disease. The outlook isn't ideal.
The eyelids retract, and so the eye doesn't close.
That explains Lawrence's look.
Well, I can.
But she'll clear up any confusion.
I don't look the way I used to look. My eyes were burning and watering 24 hours a day.
She says her doctor recommended 6 months of an infusion treatment with a drug called Tepezza.
And it's an extremely expensive infusion.
Her insurance, Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, sent not one but 2 letters of approval and called the procedure medically necessary.
I just assumed it was all set.
Turns out the provider who gave her the infusions wasn't all set.
They hadn't been reimbursed for any of the infusions, none of the 8 infusions.
How much was that bill for?
$373,833. And they said to me, as gently as they could, if Blue Cross does not pay this bill, you are responsible.
What followed was weeks of Lawrence trying to find a way to see what went wrong.
So this is my little one.
And spending hours on the phone between her insurance.
Hi there, my name is Sharon Lawrence.
The provider and the companies they contract with that she'd never heard of until now.
This process definitely puts the patient last.
You typically think of your healthcare being between you, your provider, and your insurance, but there are other companies that come into the picture. In Lawrence's case, she's covered by Anthem Insurance, but a third party, Personify Health, administers the benefits. She says she kept going between the different companies, trying to figure out how an approved treatment now had payment denied.
Our healthcare system is broken, and the insurance companies have all the power.
Do you feel like that's right?
No, it's absolutely not right.
Both Anthem and Personify turned down the chance for an interview. Even though Anthem approved Lawrence's treatment, the company said Personify was responsible for processing the claim. Personify said the denial was conditional, pending further review.
This happens more and more, and patients are very frustrated.
Dr. Jay Wolfson is a University of South Florida professor with expertise in medical ethics and policies.
There should be a better way. You're dealing with a remarkably complex, convoluted system. Most of us don't have the time and energy to understand it. Many of us in the business don't understand it very well.
He says you can't overlook the big money involved in health insurance.
They take money and they don't just hold on to it, they invest it. There's an incentive if you're receiving funds that are intended to be used to pay for claims to not pay them as soon as they come in.
Lawrence couldn't afford to keep waiting. Her provider had the unpaid bill in collections.
It was frustrating, infuriating and scary.
Days after I reached out, Personify said the claim was now approved.
Thank you so much, Susan. I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
I so appreciate you. I could not protect myself. I could not intervene. And I couldn't get anywhere without your help.
Still surrounded by darkness, but finding some light.
I am feeling so happy, so light, and ready to take on the rest of my life.
If you're feeling isolated after a medical claim denial, you're not alone. Doctors across the country are also voicing their frustration.
Denials lead to further pain and suffering. They can lead to deaths. I mean, these things should never happen.
When we return, the message some doctors are now putting on social media and why it's going viral.